A buyer tells you they need a lower price. You immediately show the cheapest option. The conversation stalls and you assume the buyer was never serious. But price may not have been the real need. They might have wanted to reduce financial risk, justify the decision internally, or avoid paying for features they would never use. The amateur mistake is answering the first request before understanding what created it. Buyers usually describe a solution, feature, or preference. Your job is to uncover the desired outcome, the obstacle preventing it, and the reason it matters now. Strong discovery is not an interrogation. It is a calm process of helping buyers clarify their own decision. Buyers often begin with incomplete information. They know what feels frustrating, expensive, slow, or risky, but they may not have translated that feeling into a precise requirement. Their first answer is also shaped by self-protection. A buyer may avoid revealing urgency to keep negotiating power. They may ask about price because it is easier than discussing uncertainty or a feature a colleague mentioned. To understand the decision, separate four elements. First, the stated request, what the buyer initially asks for. Second, the functional need, what must practically improve. Third, the underlying motive, why that improvement matters, like saving time, reducing risk, or protecting credibility. Fourth, the decision criteria, what the buyer must see or believe before moving forward. Do not assume you understand. Treat your first interpretation as a hypothesis that the buyer must confirm. Use the need framework. N means name the desired change. Ask, what are you hoping to improve? This gives the conversation direction. E means explore the current reality. Ask, how are you handling this today? And what is working and what is not? You need to understand the starting point before discussing a destination. The second E means examine the impact. Ask, what does this problem cost you in time, money, or missed opportunities? Never manufacture pain. Help the buyer describe consequences that already exist. D means define the decision. Ask, what would a successful outcome look like? Then clarify priorities, timing, budget boundaries, and everyone involved in approval. Listen for gaps. If they ask for speed but mention mistakes, accuracy may be the deeper priority. Finally, summarize. You want to achieve this? The main obstacle is this, and success means this result. Have I got that right? Only recommend a solution after the buyer confirms your summary. Here is how the conversation might sound. Buyer, we need something more affordable. Seller, absolutely. Well, seller, to make sure I do not recommend the wrong option, what are you hoping the new solution will improve? Buyer, our current process takes too long. Seller, which part creates the biggest delay? Buyer, our team enters the same information several times. Seller, how does that affect the team or the customer? Buyer, orders are delayed and we occasionally make mistakes. Seller, so is the main priority price or reducing repeated work and errors? Buyer, reducing the repeated work, but the price still has to be reasonable. Seller, that makes sense. Seller, what would a successful result look like 3 months after implementation? Buyer, faster processing and fewer corrections. Seller, and besides you, who needs to approve the decision? Buyer, our operations director. Seller, let me summarize. You need a reasonably priced solution that removes duplicate entry, shortens processing time, and reduces errors. Accurate? Buyer, yes. Seller, then I can show you the most relevant option and explain the trade-offs clearly. Remember the sequence. Identify change, explore reality, examine impact, define decision, and confirm. The best recommendation begins with a validated need. Tap follow for more negotiation strategies and use need in your next conversation.